I'm live. There you go. Just getting it set up. Figuring it's Tuesday. Someone's going to want to hang out, do something. I don't know. But either way, here I am with a printer that wants to decide to be in trouble. Hey, Michael. I don't quite know what I'm doing here, so just bear with me. I can use this thing sort of when I did it before when I built the MK3, but haven't actually done it legitimately for a bit, so that's all I got. Print going on down here that sounds like it's going to fail, but it's hard to tell. Michael, did you get Josh all squared away with his magical mystery machine winding operation? Hey, Chris Travis, how's it going? Well, there is a noise now. Ooh, fancy. Hey, Bob.
Hi, Jordan.
I just had to go in it. I can't believe that's a setting you have to turn on. Notify me when someone shows up.
Notify me when there's things. It goes ding when there's stuff.
Yeah, like just make the ding automatic. That should be one of the things that you could be like, no, I don't want a ding. Go away.
That was an awesome episode, by the way. I had a print failure.
On the Saturn. Didn't stick to the bed, did it?
It did stick to the bed.
Eventually.
The supports stuck to the bed. The thing the supports were supporting did not. But then at the end, they did.
Does that. That's the joy of resin.
It's crazy. I have a lot to learn.
Oh, I mean, any of it is, lots to learn. And even then, once you get into slicing it and setting it up and everything like that, it's a matter of how much angle do you want to give it? Where are you going to put the drain holes? Are you going to be able to drain appropriately? Are you going to get airlocked? Are you going to have to rinse it out later? Is it?
Do you want to put drain holes? Are you going to make the whole thing solid and waste all that resin?
And not just waste all that resin, but waste a lot of resin.
So, Bottom of Benchy looks poopy.
Okay.
Because of it.
Yeah.
Lot to learn.
I'm just going to say it, though. A Benchy is a terrible thing to print on a resin printer.
I know.
But I know you want to see the lettering, and that's your thing.
Which
you
is
want to see the lettering.
Really tough. With this transparent resin, it's fucking tough.
That's
it's a poopy model. This one's better.
I almost bought a Mini today. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, that turned out well.
You almost bought a Mini today.
Almost. And the day's not done, so.
This has been a thought in this household a few times.
Yeah. My thing is that, sorry, I'm just trying to slice something before the computer decides to.
There it goes. It's,
Every time.
how many instances of Slicer do you have open? Yeah, just two. Just two.
Just a paltry 2. And it's not even like it's a huge model. It's a quick slice. It's not like I was trying to slice something for this thing. So the idea behind the Mini for me is it's going to cost, what did I calculate it out to?
$1,100.
No. Somewhere in the order of anywhere from 635, because that's what it comes to from Prusa, to let's say 750. I figure if I had to pay $150 and or $100 in taxes on it, it's less money than the MK3, so I'm gauging it a little bit lower in tax dollar. So let's say 750. I've got an Anycubic i3 Mega that's been modified to be super quiet, nicer hot end, and works actually really well. I think I need to replace the nozzle, maybe the PTFE tubing. It's just getting a little bit stringy in the first little bit. But I could just get rid of it and put a Mini there instead. And I would be losing. I'd be losing a little bit of build volume on the edges, and the build plate is not that much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have a 150 cube printer that I just don't use as much. So am I just missing the opportunity to use the smaller printer? Do I want something that's more reliable and ready to go?
Quality that I'm seeing folks mentioning on the Mini, it kind of makes sense to just bite the bullet and do it. Because I'm seeing reports of build quality better than the Mark III.
So, remember my gripes with the Mark III, okay?
Sure.
And they're not many, right? So it's not a long list. It's noisier than my other printers.
Mm-hmm.
It is quieter than A4988s. So it's in the middle of the realm there. The Mini is 2209s.
There you go.
Tom tells me that this Mini skates almost around his MK3 some days. And
that's what I'm saying.
If he says that, then I have a good faith to believe in that. Like I said, the gripes that I have with this are they're not very massive. Like the noise level is one thing. It'd be nice to have that screen where you could see the print and maybe I don't know for sure if it has confirm.
I find that screen to be a negative for the Mini.
Because you want to touch it.
No, because I want it not to be a completely separate operating system to make the damn thing work.
But with a Prusa, you're not doing the firmware yourself, right? It's the point of doing it, letting them do the work.
Yeah.
And for the record, I love my other printers. I love tinkering on my printers. I love building them. I love working on them. I do also have now come to just enjoy pushing a button and making it go. So I don't print much PETG. I do it when I need to, and it prints fine. I've gotten my settings right on a few printers to print it perfectly fine. I just threw it up against the wall to see what would stick, and right out of the gate, this is perfect. This mask that's currently printing, which I'm keeping off camera because it's going to be a fun little reveal. The faceplate of it is, it's butter on the face here, and it's Green Gate translucent blue PETG, same as this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have shine. It's going to have, but it's just beautiful. And I'd like to just be able to just throw it against the wall again,
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry about what you're doing to it. It's gonna come out. But we got Chris, Alex, and Grumpy in the chat. So hi guys.
Grumpy. I know you didn't join CS:GO. I played for a few minutes. Those Prime servers, man, they're so much harder. Everyone's cheating at that point. I just suck. I've sent this out to a few people, Bob.
Yeah, I saw the place where you put the thing.
So this is now the new operation.
Wonder how much I see. I was going to do a thing, and now I'm going to do a different thing.
Well, you know how to get this thing if you need it to test it.
Yeah, there
I had
was a place for it.
I think it's like I could probably tighten up some of the tolerances to work better for the MK3 because these fit on like boom, super easy. Like everything feels it's actually looser than my old one, but also the tolerances are better for this printer than some of the other printers. Again, I don't print a lot of mechanical stuff for that reason. Also, I'm not too worried about it.
When I was looking at the way you designed it, the only thing I thought was you should have probably gone vertical with those snap pins instead of horizontal. Then you wouldn't have needed the support at all.
Go up with them, but then how do I? Oh, then you'd rotate it in this way instead of up.
Yep.
I wanted to get it up so that it can do something like that.
Yep.
So it's almost like a guide to get it down. And because
Which
the
is
pins go with
exactly
they go
why I
cross
didn't
layer.
say anything when you were doing it.
Well, I'd be more concerned with pins going vertical because of layer separation, right? It's easier to crack a layer that way. My little pre-built support structures that I put on there, though, they pop off so easy. It looks like a little, just a little tower.
The one that inspired your idea goes that way.
Yeah. Right. So, but
it prints in like 8 billion pieces too.
But it also prints horizontally.
Yeah.
So those arms sit horizontal. So I looked at that and I was like, huh. So it's just a hexagonal hole with a split peg.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to figure out, how do I do that?
Yeah. 12 pieces.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are all the same one piece.
It all prints together. I had to assemble those 12 pieces.
You have to pop these on, these little arms. So you got to push those on, which takes all of 5 seconds. And if your print is good, like doesn't do anything. And I'm not too worried about this where it has play because it doesn't open up wide enough to make it so that it could fall off. Like the sample's not going to fall off. It's not really, looks like it's not going to get hit. I'm not 100% certain on it. This is why I haven't released it yet. Just shared it with a few people, let them see how it goes.
I'm going to print it on this sample that's on the printer now and see what happens.
You know, it can't hurt.
Right?
Look, Chris, he's got the idea. Just get them.
Hello, Buttram.
Butreon.com.
Why in the world is it truncating file names?
What today's episode sponsored in part by Butreon.com.
You misspelled it. It's
Butter rum. Butterrum.com. I'll take that. What's up, Viking?
Hello, Viking.
Oh, this
Download that thing.
7 hours away, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, that other one. That's going to be crazy.
The new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get him to make an MMU, and he says no. But then he says yes, but then he says no.
So these file names are not truncated. We got filament spool and complete filament spool.
So the complete one is a single STL with all the parts on the bed.
Let's extract this shit.
Viking, you're supposed to bring the tacos. I don't know if you read the description, but I need some tacos. We had mini pizzas on. So we take these little, they're little like whole wheat naan breads.
Okay.
And they make little mini pizzas on them. It's delightful.
Oh, I see what you did.
I just saved the plate as an SPL, but then I also made them separate.
You put the little support there, and
yes. So the little
when it's
support
done,
means
you just go bing.
Yep. And it is spaced to be touching the bed, and then 0.2 millimeters. So the same as when I did the supports for this one, where you just grab them and go pop, because they were 0.2 off and 0.2 off.
Yeah, that did not work out at all.
Yeah, it worked fine for me. Even with my wickedly Z-banded print, like zebra stripe.
I did not have that kind of experience. I blame the printer builder.
Steak fajitas does sound good. There's the link if anyone wants to pop in and hang out.
I think the guy who built my printer was an idiot.
Well, could have been. I know the guy that helped me build mine was perfectly fine.
Same guy.
Oh, shit. Oh. Hey, Jeremy. Domino's. Nice.
We're going to have homemade burgers.
I got it. So, yeah. So my idea is to sell the i3 Mega to offset some of the cost of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because the idea is in the future, my goal is to turn all these into actual working printers that make me money when I'm allowed to legally make money. So the idea of maybe replacing them as I go to the better units is not, in my opinion, ridiculous.
Better can be subjective. So what I would say is, instead of better, I would say more reliable.
Yeah. That's what I mean, yes. So, yes. More reliable, more consistent. Let's go with consistency. So what I was looking at getting...
The right word isn't coming out of my head, but less need to tinker with or improve.
Better out-of-the-box experience.
Yeah.
So I was looking at, obviously, again, both sheets, because I may want to print on a smooth sheet. I may want to print on the textured sheet. I don't know. Although, that being said, I love this textured sheet. I
love my smooth sheets. So
yeah, preferences. Hey, Mr. Dan.
What's up, gents?
How's it going?
Push the button and off it goes.
Working on a car. Just finished working on a car. So.
Nice. I also figured, Bob, that I would do the filament sensor. The $20 filament sensor, because
that was the fuel run out sensor.
Yeah, that was the don't lock the car while you're in it sensor.
Yeah, if you're going to get the machine, you might as well get it with all the bells and whistles.
The only thing I didn't do was, remember how we talked about it? I don't know if we talked about being able to just add the roll of Prusament.
Yep.
Guess what you can do with the Mini? 3 choices. You can choose. Four choices. Prusament PLA sample.
Okay.
With it free of charge. Azure Blue, $25. Galaxy Silver, $25.
Good color.
Galaxy Black, $25.
Both.
Okay.
All 3 good colors.
Mm-hmm. All 3 are currently on sale, so they're actually like $2 or $3 cheaper than the price for buying it with the mini kit.
Nice.
Then I was like, well, do I really need more filament? Like that's the question, is because it's not going to cost me $25.
That's not the question. The
Because
question
it's going to
is,
cost me
do you
25
need
bucks
more
American.
Prusament?
Yes.
Yes.
But I don't want Prusament PLA.
Yeah, you do.
I want
Yeah, you do.
Prusament PETG or PC blend.
Sure, but that's a separate purchase.
Yeah.
No.
You want the PLA too.
The other
Yes.
option is I just use the sample that comes with it, but add on to the order a spool of
All of
Hoosier.
the above.
yeah.
All the above.
Hey Bob.
Hi, guys.
Nice.
What's going on, Bob and Bob?
Good.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I do like the filament sensor. I like the idea of having that for. I don't use it, but with this thing, with the way it works with the load unload, I would just assume that the new setup would have a really good load unload functionality with it as well.
Oh crap.
Yeah. Look at the competition, Renee. That's
I was just showing off how miserable she looks with that cone on, just sitting there staring out the window, wearing a cone and just looking so sad.
Yeah, I would be too.
The thing with stuff like the filament runout sensor and that kind of thing on those printers when you're buying them is it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
And not have it.
well, yeah. To add it on later, I'd be looking at an entirely separate shipping charge,
Yes.
an entirely separate duty charge. Now it's
Yes.
going to increase the duty pricing, but not by much. So it's worth to me both sheets, filament sensor. I'm saying I do the sample, not the spool.
Do the spool, not the sample.
Yeah,
Do the
Renee.
spool, not the sample. I don't know, but then
And the sample.
that azure blue is really nice though too.
Get
is.
both. You can't go wrong with an extra spool while
Yes, you
you're
can.
getting it.
You
Yeah,
might
can't
as well
because it
get it.
costs more.
Yes, it costs more, but buy it now, pay for it once instead of buy one thing now and then one thing later and then pay for both.
still costs the same
no.
amount of money to buy it later.
I will disagree. Don't consolidate the shipping because it will delay your printer.
But the printer's already 8 weeks delayed.
Correct. But if they happen to be out of the filament you choose to add on to the order,
Yes.
when it comes up to that 8-week time and your printer is available to ship, it will be delayed farther.
Now I have
Mhm.
seen some people say that they ordered a kit with another thing and the filament went out first. Like that they shipped it in 2 separate orders for some silly reason. But this PC blend, that's 5% off. It's only $47, but it's a polycarbonate blend of
But do you really want to get into polycarbonate right now?
I
I do.
haven't tested it yet, but so
I do because I want to make stuff. Bob is right. Jeremy, don't tell me Bob is right. I don't want to buy it twice. Okay, so you're saying add on the spool to the order, but don't make a separate order for or
that's
Don't-
fine.
order extra spools. Just order what's with the kit.
Correct. For the extra spools, do those as a separate order. You're gonna end up doing it anyway.
No, I'm not.
It won't delay your shipment. In fact, I
Because,
would just
quite
go with
honestly,
the sample.
If I'm going to order Prusament, I will order it from filaments.ca.
Yeah.
Because yes, it may cost me a little bit more than the website's listed. I don't have to pay shipping, or I have to pay limited shipping, or I just go there and pick it up. And
Well,
then when
then
I see
save-
Ron, I can get stuff there too. So
Save the $25 and go with just the sample. That way, they're not delaying your printer because they're out of the color of Prusament you chose.
that's true. That and Prusament's beautiful. I don't want to ever say it's not beautiful. I got lots of filament. I'm purposely burning up filament right now just for fun.
Well, you cleaned out your shelves, so now you
Gotta
got
fill it.
space to. Yeah,
The box is still on the floor full of the stuff that came out of it, but that's not a problem.
that's not the point at all.
No. So I was hoping, so I had messaged Mike, never let the machines win, because Mike has received a mini, I believe, or he should have already received his mini. In which case, he should know what the duty fee is going to be on it, so he could give me a heads up.
That'd be cool.
I don't know that that's going to dissuade my purchase.
Oh, it's not. You're going to do it anyway.
It's a matter of whether or not I do it without the wife knowing, or
Titanium
with her knowing.
Hermera heat brake.
Yep.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, it's easy to get to focus. Properly.
Alex, what about TPU? I have a roll of TPU somewhere. Quite honestly, I don't know what I would want to print in TPU to need it right now.
Speaker parts.
But then I got to buy motors, and I got to wire, and I got to buy I want to buy stuff, but I don't want to buy stuff.
I know.
If that makes any damn sense.
It is Tuesday still, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I never got an email from Renee, by the way. I don't know if it disappeared into the ether or what the case happened.
For what?
You said she was going to email me the other day, and then I never got an email.
Yes, because we were talking about the StreamYard thing, and the problem with it is it won't work because you already have a StreamYard account. StreamYard's referral code is for new accounts, not existing accounts to upgrade.
Dinks.
Right?
Yeah, and I could totally print TPU on this. I have a Hemera that's going to be fixed on that. That's going to be a BMG with a slice. There's a direct drive Bear extruder down there, and then 3 Bowden systems. Oh, sorry. Technically 4. This one's got a Bowden tube, even though it's only yay.
Yeah.
With a BMG, and a E3D, it could probably print. It could probably print TPU slow.
Your Prusa has a Bowden tube too. It's just this long.
Yeah. It's like yay long, really, before it hits the nozzle.
It doesn't go into the nozzle.
Like, not the nozzle, sorry, but like before it hits the heat break. It's really not.
Yeah, it's about that long.
Yeah. Damn it. Bob, damn it.
Can't take him anywhere.
And to get DHL shipping, $65.
We can be really specific. It's about that long.
UPS expedited 3 to 5 days, $82.
See, here in the States, it's worth the extra for the UPS because DHL does not matter what they're going to say your shipping time is, it's longer.
And the price changes by the minute to what their fee is going to be when it shows up for duty charges and stuff. You don't necessarily have that problem, but we do. And there was one day something showed up, that my very first Wham Bam plate, they marked it in their system as stainless steel.
Oof.
So I had to pay an import tariff on that weight of stainless steel. And I was like, but it's not stainless steel. And the guy's like, sorry, bud, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, and it's, at least with UPS, I get a nice little email. They say your tracking number, yada, yada. Your duty is available to pay online. You get to know what it is. DHL just shows up and is like, hey, pay me. But
that's what
back to the shipping. Here's the funny part: is it?
I was all hopeful that Viking had company, but no, it's just a robot.
Yeah, Google Home.
DHL 2 to 3 day, $65. UPS 3 to 5 days, $82. UPS Express Save 2 to 3 days, $77. So it goes cheapest, most expensive, middle. But yet the most expensive is the longest shipping time.
Logical.
And I know from last time it's about a week.
UPS was cheaper than DHL.
Weird. I will do whatever I can to avoid DHL. I just don't like them.
Yeah, every time I order something from Prusa, they always 2 to 3 days, it'll be delivered on Tuesday. No, it won't.
And-
You're trying.
And
It's
I
worse
do
than
know
that.
that I do know that if it says it's going to show up on Monday, I'm not going to expect it till Tuesday. That's just the way it is.
Well, it's worse because they give you those updated tracking, and you go track it the day they say it's going to be there, and it says it's on the truck for delivery.
But then it never. But then at the end of the day, it just says
Maybe up till 9 p.m. So you're 8:30, and you give them a call, and you say, "Hey, is it really going to show up today? Because we're getting pretty damn late." And they go, "Oh yeah, it says it'll be there by 9."
I don't even
Yeah.
bother calling. I just know if it doesn't show up for me. If it doesn't show up by about 5:30, 6 o'clock,
It's not going to happen. Yeah,
because the
That's-
UPS guy, I can see him drive
Uh-huh.
my neighborhood some days. My
That's normal.
Hop Gear from E3D Online, so they confirmed this morning that they were sending it out. Gave me the tracking number, said sorry for the inconvenience. I'm like, no, it's fine. Shit happens. And it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow.
Nice.
It's somehow magically flying across the ocean, clearing any kind of customs or any, like, I don't know what the deal. I don't know what the hell it is. It's just coming in straight off the plane. They're just going to drop it from the sky and let it land
Well,
in the house.
It's a small metal part they can put on passenger aircraft, so shipping gets faster.
What are
Yeah.
they shipping with?
And also E3D knows what they're doing. So I don't, if it doesn't show up tomorrow, again, I'm not, as long, I saw the email this morning saying, yeah, we're going to send it out. No problem. We've reviewed everything. We're going to replace it. Great. And I was like, okay. I figured later in the day, I'll just send an email saying, do you know when it's going to be replaced? And then I got the email later on saying, you'll get it tomorrow.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
If it
Because I'd like to
happens.
put that back together so I can run some more palette printing.
Yeah.
Because Wexler's going to release a crazy cool mask that he showed earlier, and I'm trying to make him
Yeah, I
print
saw
it,
that.
make it an MMU.
Nice.
So- But he says it's going to take 5 days to print, and I said I don't care. I got time.
Mm.
You know what else
Who's
is really
whistling?
nice? Yeah, something's whistling. I'm not sure what it is.
Someone breathing.
Or it might be one of these machines.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm sitting here with my finger hovering over the order button.
What's that?
That's Bob getting out of range, probably.
Yeah. Order.
Oh no. Canadian dollar's taking such a tanking.
Yeah. Hey, kid.
Hey,
Right.
Kit. Persimmini? Persimmini.
You're muted, Bob, if you're talking to us.
What was whistling?
Things.
So specific.
Are you a little teapot?
Apparently. You do need to sell your printer first,
I need to sell it first.
right?
Don't you?
Gotta have money to buy things.
Have money to buy it, and then I would just sell it and replenish that money.
It's always a bad plan.
I could get it past the wife better if I had sold a printer first. That's a good point.
See?
Yeah.
And you're replacing it with a physically smaller machine.
Physically smaller. But it costs more money for a smaller machine. Why are you doing that?
Because it works better.
Why? You've got enough printers. What do you need another one for?
It won't need all the upgrades that the other one does.
Yeah, you say that now, but you don't never listen.
But I sold it so I could get this other one.
Well, okay, fine. I'll give in. Hey, that worked.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Holy
so many-
shit, honey. That's mean.
By the way, you open this 25 cents. That's a steep discount decline.
Jerry,
The funny thing is I was looking at this chart, right, and it's showing the dollar doing all this, and I was like, it was higher a month ago, and I scroll back to it. Is a 1.36 versus 1.33. Like the chart looks way worse than it is, but it's only like a narrow band of like
2 pennies.
2 cents. It's a 2
Yeah.
cent variance on this chart. The
Yeah.
funny thing is so when I printed that Prusa bottle opener, everyone said you use a penny in there. I had to go find one.
And you had to look, and it's an American penny.
Because Canada doesn't have any pennies anymore. I have some really old pennies from when I was a kid. I found them and I'd collect them, and that was a thing. But yeah, we don't have pennies anymore, so I couldn't go. I had to go digging around for an American.
What's fucking ridiculous is everywhere I've ever been up there, any shop anywhere will take American money.
Yes.
No one down here will take Canadian.
That's because America's America first.
Assholes.
Yeah. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about that because most of Canada does not want to go down there anytime soon.
So, Jerry, the test file that came pre-sliced, I have one issue with. And it's the same issue everyone who prints the test file has. This sticks to the bed too well. You got to really, really work to get it off the build plate.
Yeah. You got
The
to
one
work
that I
to get-
sliced myself, I need to learn more about resin printing because the bottom is poopy. And the third one that I tried should have been
Okay.
about an 8-inch tall model, and it's this thick.
But is it stuck to the bed or not?
This far off the bed. Parallel with the bed.
Hey, Thierry. Yeah, it's very tricky with slicing things, and even the most people will tell you too, like that. And if you have a model, so let's say you're going to print this, okay?
Mhm.
Normally, you print it on your bed just like that, right? You're actually going to want to tilt it a different orientation because you want the least amount of surface area you can manage on the build plate. Because, and also another thing that I do, and that I did anyways, I haven't used it in ages, is I set my thing so that when it goes into the support settings, it puts the supports, starts the supports, and then 5 millimeters in the air, it starts the model. So that the model is never touching the build
Yeah.
plate.
Just lift the Model 5,
It
which
just
is what I
touches 5
did-
mils. It
that's
never
what I
touches
did.
the build plate.
that's what I did for this.
Yeah.
But I left the bottom of it parallel with the build plate, and that was a mistake.
Yes.
It printed fine, but the bottom is poopy because of it.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Because then its supports came off the build plate. Freaking nice.
Insert filament.
That machine likes to eat it up, doesn't it?
Well, I was using up spools. They were partials. It would like to eat it if you let it. My other one is going to be a noodle eater for sure because it getting a 0.8 nozzle on it. So
No, unfortunately, or fortunately, it's not a Mars, it's a Saturn.
Saturn.
Are you at 100 subs yet, Terry?
Last I saw, he was 91.
No, was 92 last I checked.
Well, it was 93 when I subbed, so
Should be there.
It was like
or
4 when
close.
I subbed. Just saying.
these people go on vacations for a while and don't do anything, and then new people come in, and I don't know who the hell they are because I'm new people.
That's true. You really are.
Yeah, he said in 93.
I know. I could. Have I subbed with my second account? It's always a good trick.
Yeah, I also have a couple other accounts I can sub with.
Yeah,
Nice,
thanks,
Viking.
Viking.
Now
Thank you.
people don't have to go looking for it.
Yeah.
Because I was just looking for it. Because for some reason, my pop-up window disappeared, and I just had the StreamYard one, so I'm delayed.
Yeah.
TD3D makes, that's a good one. That's how it should be. That's what I did Mad Monkey makes, because technically I do 3D printing, but I do eventually want to make other stuff.
Like a leg.
So, like a leg.
At 95 now. 96 now.
We'll get you there.
Yeah. You get there in a couple minutes, probably. Go sub, people. 97.
Yeah. We're gonna,
98. Only 2 more to go.
17. What the hell?
there you go. I'm just going to leave it there for now.
We're going to move this over here.
I thought I could turn that into a banner, but I can't, so I'm just going to leave it. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
This is how. There.
There we go.
Ta-da!
Please sub. 99. Only 1 to go.
Who's going to get it?
Who's next?
Oh, oh man, this is going to be nice. Another reason for wanting to buy that printer is that I just have it's just a nice experience.
I'm number 100. I had one more account. Ivy themes.
There we go.
All
Good
right,
deed
where
for the
hell is that
day.
fly?
No problem.
Good deeds do not go unpunished.
Yeah.
This is really nice PETG too. I don't like. I've heard some people say Green Gate was. Some people say they love it. I like it. It's really good.
Yeah.
I wish the
That's good.
package was vacuum sealed a little bit better because it just seems like it's not sealed right because it's not actually air sucked out. It's just sealed.
Mhm.
But it prints perfectly fine. Works really well.
Yeah. I got new filament today. It's the reseller of Polyalchemy here in Norway. They also have the in-house brand. Polyalchemy in Norwegian. That's their in-house
yeah?
brand. So nice orange, well sealed, vacuum. So we'll see how it prints tomorrow, I guess.
I should just do like Dan does and create a Nightbot to spam the channel so that I can raise money to buy the printer.
You sure could.
Do it.
Problem solved. Take my 35 cents and run with it. You guys all have something now that I only have 6 of. What's that? Filament? Printers? Patience? Fucks? Because I'm all out of those.
Bottom in the middle.
I don't understand. Jerry,
Me
you're
neither.
confusing me, man. Bottom of the middle, what is it? It's probably filament. I don't know. Although I was, with having cleaned up my shelf, like Bob said, the 2
Oh,
Polyalchemies were up there. Nightshade and Emerald City. Just,
Nightshade.
I
That is
know,
so
and
sweet.
I just never touched them.
They started making them again now.
You know, and I've got a printer that prints just, I don't know. I mean, again, all my other printers do print really nicely now. At the time when I got this filament, it would have been wasted. It definitely would have been wasted.
So
I
now
look
just
back on
imagine
some of the early
can
prints. And,
with any of the filaments and get good results.
yeah, that's my plan. Oh, great. I was slicing a model before Bob interrupted me and telling me not to slice.
And that's the other reason to get the mini.
So Joel has a birthday stream on Twitch.
He does.
Yep.
Joel has a birthday stream on Twitch.
I'll be damned, he does. And he's got 35 people watching it.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. I got 11. And 3 of them right here. Buttrum's not a fan of the Twitch. He's not
Bertram's a bit
no.
twitchy.
He is a bit
Yeah.
twitchy sometimes, yeah.
I prefer YouTube myself, but Twitch is okay.
It's not terrible. It's definitely different because of the way you can post stuff and things, but I don't know. It also seems to be a little more grown-up friendly
Correct.
at times.
Which is also a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I just
And then-
instinctively associated Twitch always with gaming. That was always
Yeah.
what it was.
I think that's what it
Hey,
was designed
Vince.
for.
Yeah. It's lots of other stuff now too.
Somebody is finding our conversation very entertaining.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know, but she's in the other room laughing her ass off.
She's probably not watching us.
No, I guess not.
Yeah, Ryan loves when people beg for money. It was weird seeing Ryan on stream in the daytime today.
Yeah, I was shocked.
And not on a weekend.
Yeah.
Not on a weekend. I mean, he was working hard from home.
Yeah. Working.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I better go find out what it is.
Yeah.
help! She's fallen and she can't get up. Later, Thierry. Thanks for stopping by. Congrats on the 100. Now
Yeah,
you have a name.
Sure.
Now comes the pressure of actually having to do something with it.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, Jerry got his V2 today.
Oh, nice. No problem.
Well, that good, huh, Bob?
Oh, I just saw the T-shirt.
Yeah, was that on there but the whole time? Like,
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, actually, the Viking I drew.
With the,
Yeah, I didn't do that text, but I did the Viking.
yeah,
That was a fun game.
that was a fun game.
Yeah.
She's out there watching the stream, but she's not live in the stream. She's not at the live point. She's playing back parts of it, and she's playing with the cursor to make it go all max headroom with people talking.
Yeah.
She's cracking herself up something fierce.
hey, you know what? As somebody's enjoying themselves. That's all that matters. I'm here to spread joy.
Yeah. And I'm just here.
Oh, I thought I put.
Heard it
Damn it, I
again.
thought I ordered that today. Oh,
That's
is
what
this
What?
okay? So there was. All right, I thought I ordered stuff today, so I was going to buy that Forstner bit and some PTFT tubing,
Mhm.
and the one that I had put in my cart said now, so the Forstner bit delivers in 1 to 2 months.
Oof.
And I was like, no. So I went searching again and found one for $3 more, same exact brand, but $3 more, different thing, and it was saying it was going to come. But I just looked at my Amazon page that was on the cart, and it still said that was going to come in a month. And I was like, no, I thought I clicked order. I thought I ordered this today. I did order it earlier. Little red jug juice.
Concentrate.
Oh yeah, you just click the icon for the same location where you got your emoji. You click the keyboard icon. So I gotta sell that one first. Damn it, Bob.
Again,
No, I understand.
one of these days I'll get you to say it right.
Oh, I say Bob damn it all the time.
It's great, isn't it?
I was saying it to myself earlier today. You weren't even around, and I was just like, Bob damn it.
It's great. There's 3 of them that I love using all the time. Bob Dammit's a good one. I like For the Love of Bob.
For the love of Bob. And Renee's
then-
like, nah, that's fine.
People break things and they call me over to fix them, and I get to them and it fixes itself. So we call that putting the fear of Bob in something.
Jeez.
Nice.
I didn't
Now I gotta
make things up, but I did steal them.
take pictures. Try to get some of the dust off this thing before.
It might be worth showing it successfully printing as well.
Well, get what you get.
Get an extra $5 out of it that way.
Oh, don't worry. Printers are like gold around here sometimes. So I said it earlier. There's a guy somewhere, like through this used ad service, kind of like Craigslist, but it's called Kijiji. I was actually made by the eBay people, and it's how Canadians sell stuff generally before Facebook Marketplace. But anyways,
Yard sales?
this guy posted. He's got an Ender 3 Pro for $600. It
Canadian.
it has the direct drive modification on it,
Still.
which is not anything stellar, right? And then, what else did it have? Oh, it was brutal. Hang on, let me bring it up.
$600 for that.
Well, then there's another person selling an MK3 that's 1 month old for $1,800 and claims you'll save $200 if you buy it from him,
Cheese and crackers.
which is not correct. Then there's also all these ads showing up people who are, everybody and their brother who gets a 3D printer in this area or anything always assumes they're going to run a 3D printing business from it. So they post pictures of what they printed on, and they're like, we can print anything you want. The guy's got an Anycubic i3 Mega S. You can't print anything I want. What if I want a 12-inch by 12-inch square? You can't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, $600, multiple mods. Micro Swiss all metal, a BL Touch,
Well, that's a good $3 right there.
a metal extruder, which is the red Reality metal extruder, direct drive mounted, a glass bed, and the second lead screw modification where you had the timing belt at the top and the second lead screw.
Well, come on, that's got to be a good $15 worth of parts.
Right, but instead of mounting the power supply on the frame or anything like that down underneath, it's just hanging off to the side of the printer.
Well, where else do you put it?
Yeah, and also, it's $600. You could buy 2 of them for nearly that much money.
Yeah, I just sold
Brand
my Tornado for heavily modified Tornado for about 420 US.
I'm gonna post this for. Let's be honest. I'm gonna put it up for $350 because if somebody then says yes, then at least I made $350. If they say how about $300 and I say yes, so I made $300. You know, like
Fucking fly.
But it's got. I've modified this thing to have the better hot end design, a better fan, A4988s. The firmware's updated to actually have thermal runaway and other things enabled, and has mesh bed leveling built in, and it's a nice printer. But of the printers that if I have to get rid of one, it's on the chopping block.
Yeah.
ANET? No. Jerry. It's ANET. Come on.
Oh, Joel is talking about Polymer 3D.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Dan,
Joel could print
Wakaki.
like a 18-inch sub on that new printer of his. Or at least, like
Hey, Doug.
hello, Doug.
Well,
The
that's
other
not
thing
gonna
I
work
always
out very
find funny
well.
when people are selling printers is their wiring just looks like sketchy as all get out.
Mm-hmm.
Like any TiVo I've ever seen, the wiring just instantly makes me go, nope, not worth the risk. Because 90% of the people who have like got their TiVos set up like that, they're dangerous looking.
Yeah. Not so bad wiring.
Yeah. Got some pictures.
Good.
Nice.
See, the other problem is that as soon as I sell this printer, there won't be a printer there until the Mini arrives, which is currently 8 weeks away.
So you're going to fill it with prints.
I wouldn't have the patience for that.
You know what I might just do is I might move the MK3 right there because it's still very close to be able to touch it.
There you go.
And then that way I don't have to put it back there where I'm going to land on it later.
And it leaves that table to the side of you open for your build table so you can do other things.
Yeah. No.
And we'll just pretend the space in the back doesn't exist.
3 wise men are back there having a conversation.
See?
Okay. Host. Done.
Yes, I know it's Joel's birthday. We were just talking about that. Wonder if I can stream that to the living room TV for her.
Maybe. Wonder if I can stream it in the stream and just get blackballed by everybody.
I don't think I can cast Twitch.
Did you guys see the tweet that he shared earlier of somebody made like a face swap video
Oh, yeah.
thing?
That was fun.
Ugh. The Mission Impossible, like I said, the Mission Impossible ones I thought were legit for a minute. I was like, what is Tom Cruise doing? Wait a minute, is that Joel? Just because of the way the action shots were, and Tom Cruise. I mean, Joel's significantly taller, like at least 3 feet taller than Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some visual similarities.
Yeah, the
Don't
Britney
put your
Spears part was a bit disturbing.
No, Britney was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry's talking about some Amazon return printers and stuff, and you can get a deal. There's definitely deals to be had if you want to put the work into it. If you realize that you may get a printer that has a glass bed that's shattered. Because I know somebody who got one, and it was shattered. And it wasn't just a small Ender bed, it was a Chiron.
Oh.
So they had to chisel all the glass off the build plate without warping the thing worse than it is, and then deal with, Sometimes they are perfect. Sometimes they're literally just somebody opened the box and went, too much for me. I'm out of here.
I have to do anything? Hell no. So you're printing anything on the resin printer, Bob?
I did the Rooks. I did the Benchy. I tried to do Fotis's Manticore. It didn't turn out. So right now it's just sitting idle until I figure out how to reslice it and make it go again. But I'm really debating on letting it sit for a couple of days until we get an air filter in to put next to it.
Yeah. To avoid the smell.
And I think there's going to be one tomorrow. So the smell isn't as bad when it's not printing. So I think I'm just going to let it sit for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably smart. It's not that good sitting in that smell.
Well, not when you're sitting that close.
6 feet away from me. So
yeah. You start getting
I might
headaches
have to
and stuff.
rearrange the office a bit and find a better layout for it.
Yeah. I had mine in the bathroom and with a direct fan outside. Directly outside.
Yeah,
Didn't
I could put it in
smell
the
at all.
garage. But it's either try this air filter that Renee already ordered, or Printed Solid now has a BOFA filter that might work well. I'm just not sure about how to set it up. And that would definitely take care of it.
Oh yeah. It costs a bit. It's cheap for a BOFA filter, but still, it's not cheap.
Well, it's $350-ish, which isn't bad for what it does.
True.
The other filter that I was looking at for this room that does similar filtering was like $400 to $500. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan. I'm still trying to find the energy to shoot the video I have to shoot.
What video do you have to shoot?
The parts for the Ymir. That's the first one. Then I have to start on the frame. I also need to service my Ender 3 with the Hemera, change the heat brake, stuff like that, and mount it a bit better.
You should, while you got it apart, check the hop gear.
Yeah.
So
Only because like mine's not that old and it had that problem. So
Yeah.
you say you have to service the Hemera because it requires service, or because you have to take it apart anyway to do the mounting?
Both.
and you've got
Yeah.
to change the heat brake
Yeah.
if you
the heat
actually
brake.
want to change it, right?
Yeah, I'm going to change it, but I've been waiting for the heat brake to do the service. It's become a little loose on the mount, so I need to get it mounted properly. And I saw it on the on the Z-axis, so I don't like that. I want it to print well, and that's the only printer I have running right now. So. That should be pretty quick though, but I need to get the video done first. And I need to figure out a decent overhead camera rig. I have a small one, but that won't suit. It's not suitable for filming all the parts.
So are you filming it as a build video or as an instruction video? What's the?
The first video is just showing off the parts for it. The next one I'll show off the building of the frame. It's more. It's not instructional directly. It's not step by step. It's more.
Here's
this assembly. Here's this assembly. Here's
Yeah.
this. You're smart enough. You're smart enough. Put it back together.
Yeah. I'll write up some decent instructions when I'm done.
There we go, Bob. I just did a little value adds. I'm going to include a roll of generic white PLA.
Nice.
I got them.
That's worth $50.
Yeah, Chris Travis. I will show off the build plate in the parts video.
A message from my wife.
Oh, yeah. Sid Nike or Sid Nike, whatever. Sid's prints models are fantastic. Sid, I printed of Sid's. I printed his base once. I got a bunch of it. Again, I had gotten a bunch of models to print, and then they called me and said, "Hey, do you want to lose a leg?" So things just got put on hold.
Yeah.
But Sid's work is top notch.
Yeah. Really good.
This is
Nice
attempt
details.
number 3 of printing this Spider-Man.
Yeah, your sample roll didn't go.
Oh, my sample spool did not go?
Did not go.
What happened?
Came out off of the bed.
Well, clean the bed and start over.
Yeah.
No, like, chop, chop. Let's go.
That's not a thing.
Bob moves at the speed Bob wants to move at.
You got that right.
Hey, how fast are you going, Bob? Where are you going, Bob?
That is now
Bob.
the answer for everything.
Who are you going with, Bob? Who's going to be there when you get there? Oh. Okay, I can't. I gotta show this thing. It's just too beautiful.
You don't have to. You could keep a secret, for
Look at
once in
that.
your damn life.
Look at this thing. That's all you
That
get.
is
Green Gate, Ice Blue, PETG. Who's giving me $20? Kit, what do you need $20 for?
The parts you can't find.
Yeah, so I don't know. I looked at upgrading this thing.
Bob does not give out money.
No, Renee's the one you got to hit up for money.
I make the money. I don't give out the money.
The professional one gives full 1080 though, but it's $40 a month. 50 if you don't do it in one. If you don't do it in one bulk annual price.
That's craziness. You would have to be streaming every day to make that pay off.
For 1080, yeah. The other one's still 720. You still get the 10 guests and everything like that. Like that's for the middle plan is if you bill it monthly, is $25 a month. Now for a while I was paying $22 a month or whatever for Zoom because we were having some friends and we were doing games nights because StreamYard was limited to 6 and I think we had 7 of us.
Yeah.
So if I got that instead, we could start back up our games nights and just do it on StreamYard without needing to use Zoom. Because Zoom has made enough damn money in this pandemic. StreamYard deserves to make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to see me in 1080, Jerry. It's not good.
Yeah, we don't need that kind of high def.
You really don't need me in 4K. It's just not good. Viking, we'll take Viking in 8K, but that's a different story.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they improved 720p as well.
And it works well, right? It's not a...
Yeah, it works well now. Well, it was a bit grainy before they upgraded to 720p as well.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that one doesn't fail. I'm printing a iWalk cup holder for a friend of mine out west who just had her... Well, she had her reputation 10 days after mine.
Hey,
But
Michael.
she's got her iWalk now she's using, but I told her I'll make her a cup holder. So I'm using this cool purple
I was already watching Joel.
pink. So
Oh.
Renee's coming in to tell us how she was already watching Joel and could care less about watching us. And Bob, damn it.
Oh, crap. The viewers have jumped to 290 something.
On Joel's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he got Barnacles has a big Twitch following, and he just dumped them all into Joel's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is I don't understand how like there's Twitch raids and all kinds of things that
Yeah, it's craziness. But Renee was impressed that Joel was on the famous people's list.
Oh, yeah.
well he is the 3D printing nerd.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a $32,000 printer that he's put a hole in.
Yeah.
That he's
If
that's
that doesn't
not his.
if that doesn't qualify you as a famous influencer or something, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
But it also just goes to show that now what can happen is Joel can be like, "Hey, printer manufacturer label, have you met my friends at Vision Miner? Because you really need to get a machine, like just a coating on this thing."
Yeah. Printed with Petri on glass, didn't it?
It was PETG on bare glass, and it
Yeah.
destroyed it, which I'm very surprised about. He could do what a lot of people do with those. So when Amazon Basics shut down, they switched over to a different brand. Overture is the brand or whatever, is the Amazon Basics cheap PLA
Yeah.
Sure they did.
or PETG or whatever. But in the box with every spool apparently is a small build surface, like a 220 square
Oh, yeah.
peel and stick build surface.
Huh.
So I was thinking yesterday, like if Joel's going to buy a sheet of sheet of steel or something for this bed, just get a bunch of build tack stickers and stick them together nice and close, and you're got a
Yeah.
bed.
Pain getting off the print afterward, though.
If he's making it a big flex sheet, though, imagine flexing that thing.
Mhm.
You get it up and just go boing.
You just stand in the middle of it and just lift it from one side.
You know, with this Predator, lately what I've been doing is to get it off, is I stick my thumb under the little tab and I put my fingers here and I give it a little pop, and it sends just enough of a ripple, and
Yeah.
that's that.
Nice.
What's happening here? Jerry's trying to give me money? I didn't know Jerry was giving me money. Wow, that's a great security check. Click this box. You're not a robot.
Yeah.
So
There's ways
with-
around that.
with the coloring that Renee's doing now, she's streaming as well, and we've got the stream guard for her. So she was looking at ways of doing that as well for you.
He's busy reading the.
There. If
Fair.
for some stupid ass reason you feel the need to pay me money, don't. There was one day, Jeremy, who was in the chat earlier, he was popping in. He was the guy who had Domino's. He was like, "Dude, I love all the prints that you're working on, and you've helped me out so many times with questions and troubleshooting and stuff. Like, I want to send you money. How do I do that?" And I was like, "No, don't do that." He's like, "No, just like, just something small to say thank you." And I was like, "Fine. If you really want to, here." And I still feel bad about it. It is how I spell kit, actually. That is exactly how I spell kit. As in Prusa MK3 kit. Jerry, you are a good man. I don't care if people said you're an Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompas are my people.
Yeah. You were a bit orange yesterday.
It happens.
Yeah.
Hey, like I've been wrong colors before in here. Actually, that reminds me, I gotta turn this light off. Yes. Didn't have to move. See, keeping a lightsaber on her desk is good for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, now I feel like it's dark in here.
Still have enough light in the background.
Okay, so Mike says it was 87 for the DHL fee, but DHL fees are random.
DHL fees are random.
Yeah, remember we were talking about shipping, DHL being random? So the way it works in Canada when you want to bring stuff in is you got to pay the taxes on it. And I'm happy to pay the taxes on
Sure.
product, right? Okay. So whatever the taxes are supposed to be, my taxes go back into the system. That's how I have healthcare, how I have roads, schools. Great. Love it. The companies will then charge a brokerage fee. So not only did you pay to have it shipped, but you got to pay a stupid ass brokerage fee. Most places have a set fee structure. So when 3D Fuel sent me filament, UPS or FedEx or whoever it was like, oh, that's going to cost you our usual, like our fee of like $25. That's the fee for doing the work of filling out, not even filling out paperwork. That's just doing the work of bringing it across the border for you, paying the taxes, and you pay us that money later. So they had to pay $25 plus the taxes. DHL has no set fee structure.
That's crazy.
So one day the fee could be $25. The next day, the exact same item could be $30 plus the taxes. And the fun part is you also pay taxes on the fee. So if the fee is like $25, you pay whatever taxes it's like $2 or $3. But then the fee changes to $30. Now you pay $4 or $5, like whatever just because obviously it changes the amount of tax you have to pay because the value's higher. Just silly. Or conversely, when a company pays, so 3D Fuel, for example, they paid to send me some filament because I won a contest, so that was the deal. Mm-hmm. They paid UPS to send that.
Yeah.
And then the UPS charged me money too.
Yep.
Which is why I will not deal with DHL in any way, shape, or form if I can ever avoid it, because they just don't have a structure in place. When I got my MK3, as long as I paid the fee online by a certain date, like which is before it was delivered, like I had to 3 days before it was delivered to pay the fee. Mm-hmm. Their brokerage fee was only like $5 or $10. So sure. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll pay that, no problem.
Heck yeah.
Plus, then I don't have to worry about it not getting delivered because they need the money up front because they're not doing, COD orders or not just giving it to you late, letting me pay it later on kind of thing or something. So,
hey, Greg.
Mr. Greg. Oh, you don't know what it's doing, Gary. Let's see.
Aren't we an exciting bunch?
Yeah. Sorry.
Extremely. And the Viking is getting tired again, so...
How you been sleeping, buddy?
Not too well, but that's how it is.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Looking forward to when I sleep well again.
I hope that comes soon for you.
Yeah, me too. We'll get to...
Yeah, I'm actually pretty glad that I was sleeping pretty decently last little while because of the leg. Like, it had been to the case where, every night around 7 o'clock or so, the nerves just started going bananas.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't stop. And I'd have to take a sleeping pill or something like that, or melatonin, just to even get out. Now I'm starting to get out pretty good, but because I'm drinking so much more water during the day and protein shake in the day, I got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom. I got to go take a pee. And I'm like, but I'm not old anymore. I don't want to be up in the middle of the night to go pee. That was one of the things. One of the doctors said, hey, by the way, when you've had this done, if you need, some of the things to think about, obviously it's getting around is going to be harder. You've got a more process for getting up in the morning. You got to clean your leg, all the other stuff. And he goes, and if you have to get up in the middle of the night, you've got to have you're either gonna have to put your leg on or do something else. And I was like, oh, I don't get up in the middle of the night. Once I'm out, I'm out. Not anymore.
No.
But I am drinking a ton more water, so
That's good.
As you should.
gotta have some sort of upside to life.
But
Yeah,
the surgery did happen at the threshold for you to become officially old. So, you just have to pee in the middle
Could
of
have
the
just
night
been
now.
natural. Could just be natural old age. Too bad for me. Welcome to nearly being 40.
Yeah.
Here's
Nearly
your
being 40.
bladder problems and your sore back. Enjoy.
All at once.
Yeah, I have the sore back, but not not the bladder problems. Yeah.
Michael says depends, but no joke. I brought home one of those urinal bottle things, like a brand new one from the hospital. It's sitting like beside the bed because if we couldn't, I was like so worried in the very beginning that if I couldn't get up fast enough,
Sure.
like what am I going to do? Just piss the bed? That's not a good idea.
No,
Not at all. Especially not with somebody else in it.
No.
True.
And sometimes that somebody else could be a small child laying on top of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the
actually,
kids have a habit of leaving their stuffed animals in the bed, so I get stuffed animals to cuddle with all night, which is great. I don't want to pee on their stuffies. That would be kind of rude.
My dog tries to steal all the stuffies in the house.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go. You know what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's just, Dumb and Dumber. Just go, man.
I have not seen that movie.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it was fun when I saw it. At least.
I refuse to see that movie. That's more accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it when it first came out. I don't know if I would find it as funny now. Probably not.
I don't know. Same as I can't watch like the hell's it, Ace Ventura movies anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I used
No,
to load
That was,
those, but I
that was
haven't seen
good
it.
back in the day, but
Yeah.
no.
Like a glove.
And then I knew a guy who actually kind of looked like him. Not like anybody, like looked like Ace Ventura. Not looking like, what's his name? The actor, right? So like it was the weirdest thing. And then he would actually like do a lot of it too. And it's like, because again, it was the thing back in the 90s and everything. But no, can't do it.
When we were young.
Jerry, you are a saint.
Let's see. So far, we're stuck. We're a little stringy, but we're stuck.
You can deal with that.
Let's
What's your temp at?
turn this down about 5 degrees. There we go.
One thing I was very surprised about is how fast this little bed heats up.
Yeah.
Well, like I've got an Ender and other printers that are of smaller sizes, and they don't heat up that fast.
You missed the T-shirt discussion we had about the same time that we made these. A new one that I want to get made, and I haven't gotten around to doing it yet. We're going to make it for the next time we have live in-person events. And on
Okay.
the front, we're going to have a picture of a Prusa, and it's going to say, grab him by the Prusa. And on the back, it's going to have a picture of an Ender, and it's going to say, kick him in the Ender.
Wow. And I thought I had a good T-shirt idea, but that's not bad. Yeah, it's the MK3, Greg, is heats up crazy fast. Like I was putting in the Green Gate PTG, and I'm so used to like put the filament in and then wait a few minutes before the print
Go
takes off. So
Go have breakfast, come back with a cup of coffee.
on the big one, yeah, for sure. but I was just like, okay, well, I got a few. Like, it's gonna load in a few minutes, so I started working on slicing something else, and then all of a sudden, it started to move, and I was like, what the heck? Oh, it's printing. Like, because I just didn't. Again, it's one of the printers that makes noises, so I don't know what it's doing.
See you, Jerry.
Good night, Jerry.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I went from a unheated bed to the Mark III.
What was the printer you had before, Sherry?
I had an XYZ Da Vinci Mini.
That's enough. Yep. No, you said XYZ. That's enough. That's enough pain
Yeah.
for you. You've earned it.
In 2016, I bought that printer. It decided it was going to do a layer shift at about, right about 30 millimeters on the Z, on every print.
Ooh.
Sucks.
So that frustrated me for a couple of years.
Only print low.
And the DRM part of it.
No,
and
I just gave up. I said, F it. It sat on the edge of the desk for years.
Oh.
And that really sours your thinking of 3D printing too, right? Like, whether you're the kind of person that wants to print all these busts and stuff like that, or just practical things, right? Like, just printing stuff to make things better in your life. If you can't actually print it, it's useless. Like, it just really is useless.
Well, yeah. Everything I ever printed on the XYZ, I have reprinted since.
Yeah. Well, I know some people, like, because they post in like the 3D printing Facebook groups for Canada and stuff, that because of the pandemic and their desire to help, they were like, I'm going to get into 3D printing because I learned you can print ear savers and I learned you can print masks and all kinds of I'm here to help. And then the next post is them saying they picked up some random printer and they can't get it to work. It doesn't work. Like, it's just brutal. There was this one guy who was asking for some help to get his printer up and running, who lives in 10 minutes away. And I said, when I come back from vacation, I can get touch base with you and I'll help you out a bit with it. You can drop it off and I'll fix it up for you. And then like a day later, he was saying that he was posting it for sale because he thought he bought a Prusa because it's stamped in the frame Prusa i3, but it's the plain aluminum, Haggard wiring, clone.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, good idea selling it. Be honest with what you're selling. This is, I don't want you to rip somebody off. Just tell them what you're selling. But I think he's already replaced it with an Ender or something. Again, the Enders are not the be all end all printer, but they are a good introductory. It generally works.
Yeah.
Like, most people who I've seen get one of those clone disasters tend to say, help, I can't get anything to print. So whereas an Ender, they generally say, help, my prints look like shit.
After I had given up on this thing for a couple of years, I hired a guy at work and we were talking and the subject of 3D printing came up and he says, well, I have this one at home that I've completely rebuilt. And it was the same printer. I said, well, do you want another one? And he said, well, yeah. I said, fine, here. And I gave it to him and ordered. I'd been debating it back and forth for a while. It was just, when do you bite the bullet and do it?
Wow.
And my neighbor across the street, he's like, hey, if I need something printed, can I pay you to do it? I was like, dude, just whatever it is, just let me know. Like, I'll take care of it. It's no big deal. And then the one day he's like, so how much is a printer? Like, I was thinking maybe we could buy one because he's got a smaller, his young son. And I was like, dude, if you don't have to, you can just come over here, we'll slice it up. You can show Parker how to use it. Like, no big deal. And like, you can stand here and watch it for an hour for all I care. And I even told him one time, I'm like, if you want, I'll just bring a printer across the street for you and you can use it for a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, eh.
Get some experience
Can I just
before
pay
you.
you to print stuff instead?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pay me in beer. Thank you.
Or filament.
Yeah.
I don't need more filament.
You always need more filament.
That's
But
true.
this-
You always need more filament.
This same
I
guy,
do.
when we had this discussion, said, I gave him the printer and I got the Mark III. And he goes, is there any way I could convince you to print a couple of parts for me? He's
That's
got
funny.
one that he's already rebuilt, and I just gave him a second one. But I okay, sure,
We
no
might
problem.
not be able to print PETG or something. You never know.
Nope, it was just PLA.
Ah, well, maybe it's busted. I sold a printer when I was picking up the Predators. Again, one of the deals. This is why I know it's going to fly. One of the deals for buying the Predator was that I had to sell a printer. So I posted a printer for sale, and it went fast. It was gone in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
And I cleaned it all up, got it all ready for the person. They came down and picked it all up. They must have drove. They said they drove like an hour and a half or whatever to come get it.
Holy shit!
It's because, again, it was the height of the pandemic. Printers were very hard to come by, which is why when everyone said, how did you get your hands on 2 Predators? I was like,
Mhm.
well, it's just luck. Don't worry about it. But I forgot to put the SD card in it.
Oh,
So they were like, hey, we got it all home. We got it all powered up. Everything powered up fine, everything. But how do we print stuff? Is there an like it says on the internet to use an SD card? And I said, oh, crap. Did I not put it? Oh, like, give me your address. I'll mail you an SD card. I'll
Yeah.
buy one on Amazon, just have it delivered to your house. Like, I'm sorry. And they were like, oh, all it needs is an SD card from like Staples or whatever. It's not something special. I was like, nope, any SD card. You just let me know and I'll buy it and I'll pay. She's like, no, don't worry about it. That's fine. We've got cameras. We'll just use one of those.
Yeah.
Perfect. Done. But they didn't know any better, right? Like maybe
Yep.
like there's a certain level of somebody getting new into the hobby, didn't quite know. Which is
Yeah.
good because the printer I sold them was a kit printer that it was a clone i3 style. It just needed a little bit of love every now and then, but it printed freaking beautiful.
so we'll get you a mini, and we'll get you completely hooked on Prusas. Then we'll get you a second one, second Mark III,
I want
and
so
then
the
we'll hook
order
you.
of what I'd like to do. I would like to
We'll,
get a
we'll
mini,
hook you on bears.
an XL, an MK4. Yeah, Chris Travis, I also watched a ton of YouTube videos before getting into it. What actually led me into 3D printing was that I was home, injured, and I had a lot of time on my hands, like I still do. And I started seeing people making props using foam and stuff like that. Like, hey, Devin.
Hey, Devin.
So they were using like EVA foam to make helmets and props and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then I learned about another thing is called Pepakura, where you take the paper, print it out, you cut it all up, fold it, glue it together, and then you can epoxy it and resin it. It's like, oh, that's even cooler. I can actually make a full-sized Iron Man suit out of like fiberglass epoxy on the paper. So I got started on all that, and I have a good chunk of the suit made. No idea if it's going to fit my fat ass, but it was more of just a big display piece. And in the process of doing all these videos and watching all this stuff and sitting there reading, they started talking about 3D printing things. And I was like, I used 3D printers before, and they were these tiny little things that took hours and hours and hours to print, like a keychain. And then they started showing the CR10. And I was like, well, this is a printer where I could print a helmet. I could print armor parts. Like I started looking into it. I'm watching every one of Joel's videos. I found MakerNoob. I started watching. And it's like, ooh, an Infinity Gauntlet. I could print that. I've yet to print the damn thing.
I got into it with the first printer because it was on sale at Best Buy one year, but I had been following 3D printing for many years before,
Uh-huh.
like from back when Stratasys and those guys were the only ones doing it. And then we started to see the other idiots that jumped out, and the machines were $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000. And I really considered getting into it then, but it was just too damn expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the MakerBot, those assholes. When they first came out, I was looking at their stuff, and I just couldn't ever convince myself to bite the bullet and get into it. So I found the cheap one on sale that one particular year and bit into it. And then what got me back into it with the Prusas was finding YouTube and watching the Joels and the Noobs and the Salamanders.
Yeah.
Correct. It's yeah, it's very tricky that way, right? Like,
Yeah, I bought the first one 2.5 years ago. I have been wanting one for way longer than that, but it was too expensive, as you said. But then it had gone down to a acceptable level. So, Tornado.
yeah, well, that was the thing is I was like, okay, I want to find a printer that is going to be that CR10 size. And so again, I got on, like I said, basically Craigslist, only it's Kijiji here, and I'm searching and I'm looking, and it was like $600, $700, tiny little printer. I was like, okay, like I want something this size. Like I'm kind of, if I'm going to do it, I'm set on that size. And then this printer back here, which was a G-Tech A30, showed up, and the A30 was essentially, again, as soon as I'm like, I don't understand anything about the A30. Video after video after video, like research and reading. This is a cloned version of a CR10, and I got it for like $220 or something like that.
Good price.
It has served a long life and has since been converted into what it is now. But yeah, it's crazy. Some of these printers.
Yeah.
What's new with Devin?
Well,
What's your head, Devin?
I actually ended up having to get stitches.
Oh no!
Did you
so-
really?
Yeah. So my nurse friend, my assistant coach's wife is a nurse, and she came over. And was like, "Oh, it's not bad. It's kind of borderline between needing stitches and just super gluing it." And I wanted to get back to the stream. She's like, "Okay, it can probably be fine with super glue." She forgot to tell me not to shower or like wash my face for a little bit.
Oof.
So as soon as I got off stream, I went and took a shower
Yeah.
and
No, that's-
washed my face. And I've been using an exfoliating scrub because I'm having breakout issues from the face masks,
Oh.
and rubbed all the super glue off, and I tore it even more because my skin tears really easily. And then
Yep.
blood was pouring out of my face, and we couldn't make it stop.
By that point, was somebody home?
By that point, my mom was home, and I told my mom after I got out of the shower, I was like, I think I might have a problem. She looked at it. It's like, how long have you been bleeding? It's like, about 20 minutes. It's like, yeah, we're going to an ER.
Jesus, Devin.
But
How much did that cost you?
oh,
Well, we went
She
to
won't-
like an urgent care, so
she won't know until the bill comes in.
I mean, the copay was $80.
That's just to get in the door.
Yeah.
Now,
So
in
I don't
about
understand.
a month
Copay,
and a
what-
half,
What's the copay? Is that like the?
minimum fee to see the doctor.
You okay there, Jordan?
Yeah, I've been leaning on my elbow too much, so my tendonitis is flaring back up, and I just bonked it against the side of the chair.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
So $80 just to
Just to-
say hello,
Pretty
Correct.
much.
and I'm sure it's probably $20 a stitch.
Well, now they're on top of that. There's, depending on what your insurance pays for and what the clinic, how the clinic decides to be an asshole. They're all assholes. It's just how they decide to do it. They could charge you for the room because you had to go into a room to see the doctor.
Yeah.
They could charge you for the stitches, for the supplies, for the cleanup, for the sterilization, for any anesthetic that they used, which they did. They numbed it, but so that they
Right.
could do the stitching.
And they've got to pay the people who administered all that.
Yeah, the nurse and the PA.
Plus the $30 bandage on her forehead.
And the cleaning staff.
Yes.
So
now
what?
that's what they're gonna-
grand?
That's what the clinic is going to bill the insurance company. Let's call it $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
The insurance company then is going to look at that and say, we have a contract with this clinic, because they have them with all of them. And they're going to say, because we have this contract, you're not allowed to bill $1,500. You're only allowed to bill $800. Let's say it's a good contract. Now, that's going to go back to the clinic. The clinic's going to revise the bill, make it for $800,
And then send you the rest?
Send it back to the insurance. Now the insurance is going to look at it and say, based on the plan that you subscribe to, here's how much of it we're going to cover. Have you hit your deductible or not? Are you at your maximum out of pocket or not? On top of that, how much percentage do we pay for each of these services? And then the insurance company sends you a bill. Here's how much you have to pay for it. It's crazy.
No, it's sitting down.
It's gonna be 6 to 8 weeks before she knows how much it's gonna cost her.
Yes.
So frustrating. And with that kind of system, I totally understand why people are like, nope, I'm not going to the doctor.
Why do you think I called my
Or
friend?
conversely, not just a nope, I don't want to go, but we are physically unable. It is either eat groceries or go to the doctor.
Oh no, it's better than that, because if you can't pay, they're going to try the collections route on you. That's okay, fine, whatever. Then when they can't collect because you don't have anything to give them, they're going to write it off. The clinic is. And everybody else's rates go up because of that write-off.
No.
So then the next time you go in needing the exact same amount of stitches, it's $900 instead of $800.
Pretty
Yep.
much.
Pixel, get out of here.
So my dad had many heart attacks. He had a quadruple bypass, 2 triple bypasses, and a couple of singles. They gave him a little card to put in his wallet that had little slots on it for all of the stents, the metal stents they put in there to open up the arteries. The one whole side was full, and there was some on the back.
Like a punch card?
Yeah.
Like
It
a,
was
like a you've been to Jimmy John's so many times, here's your free sub?
Yeah. So that when you go through an x-ray machine or something like that, like at an airport or whatever else, you've got this chunk of metal in there from all the parts. You've got a card that says what they are.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I don't
stop
have
them
that.
from a full body probing.
Correct.
So
But it
here,
keeps you from
since we're on
getting
the subject of travel, here's a fun one. When I have a leg, okay, it is a carbon fiber, titanium, steel, like whatever, there's metal and all that. They are not legally allowed in almost any single country in the world to ask me to remove my leg for any reason. They can swab it to make sure it doesn't have explosive residue on it. And also because of the prosthetic leg, this whole take your shoes off thing, I don't necessarily have to do that either. Because it's not just easy to slip a shoe off a prosthetic foot.
Correct.
But I felt that was a really interesting
Little
arrangement.
side effect. Yep.
Well, because technically that's my leg, bro. You can't take your leg off.
Yeah.
Like we're not Astra the robot from the 90s. Like I could take my arm off, but you can't. So play safe.
All of those procedures plus a mechanical heart valve, and because of his income situation, didn't pay for a bit of it.
Oh. Devin, you're going to get clawed in the face.
Yeah, don't get any
He's
more
going to hit you in the face, cut you, You're going to get more stitches because cat scratches always get infected because of the bacteria on their coat. And now you're going to be out another $1,500.
Are you saying I don't need any more facial wounds today?
You're going to have to sell your MK3 to pay for your hospital bills.
You're going to have to sell your school's MK3 to pay
You're
for
going to have to sell your school's raise.
Oh no, the stupid thing was I was on TV today and I tried like 6 different ways to blend the Band-Aid in with makeup.
I told you not to.
Yeah, that just ended up hurting a lot. Because I got makeup in the wound. And so eventually the school had branded Band-Aids.
Just own it.
Here, let's put a a Bishop Louis Riker Band-Aid on your forehead, and the school nurse is laughing her ass off the entire time.
You're damn right.
And so I did a live TV interview about distance learning in STEM that was broadcast across the state of Texas while wearing
Here's
a
what you should have
Band-Aid
done,
on
Devin.
my face.
You should have just worn a headband face shield and been like, we also make PPE. And be like, boop, covered. Or take your mask off and put it up on your forehead and be like, this is where I keep it when I'm not using it.
Would be nice.
Just go full on burqa, and when they bitch, say, "Did you just assume my religion?"
Yeah, the Catholic teaching at a Catholic
You
school.
actually, you love wearing sweatshirts. Just put your hood up. Be like, we make robots and other electronic devices here.
Yeah, I'm totally sure my new principal would be very happy about me saying that on live TV.
Oh, it's only Waco, Texas. You're fine.
Yeah, Doug. Josh is about on par with Devin, though.
Doug, I get hurt very easily. Had
Does
anyone
Josh-
else hit themselves in the face with the 3D printed part, they probably would not have split their face open like I did.
Does Josh
I've had to
injure
dig-
himself regularly?
Oh, Josh is so accident prone. Oh my god! Like
Yes, but
between
Josh has never
between
gotten,
breaking printers
stitches, though.
and hurting
Josh
himself
is, like,
on the
supposed to
printer.
get that hurt.
I remember there was one time he was like, "Oh, this print is acting up." Or he goes over there and he's off camera, and all of a sudden it's like, "Son of a biscuit eater! What the?" And he's going on and on and on. He comes back. He had burnt his hand on the hot end somehow.
Isn't that the time where he like flat out just grabbed a nozzle?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
something, or like, I clear the nozzle manually all the time. I touch it a little bit. I've totally grabbed one that was too hot before, but Josh, it happens. It happened. It hasn't happened in a while because of lack of internet, but it used to happen to Josh pretty regularly, which is
I don't know,
Almost
can you
every
see the
stream.
lump where the stitches
sort
are?
of laugh.
Lump?
Like I want to have sympathy for you, Devin, but I just
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh,
no, I do have sympathy for you because you know what? Head wounds bleed a lot. Like you feel like you're like dying. You're like, oh my god, there's so much blood, and it's like a teeny tiny little thing. But a
Yeah,
head
that's
wound-
what
head wounds
freaked me
bleed.
out. That's what freaked me out last night. It's like, am I dying? Like, why is there so much blood?
Yeah.
And then after I got out of the shower, I was like, yeah, you need to go see a doctor. And I tried to drive myself, but I was kind of dizzy.
Oh, Devin, don't say that.
Yeah, then it could have gotten worse.
Yeah, no, and I was like, no, I will take you. You don't
Yeah.
need to drive right now.
I was a hot end fan died, and it was heat creep up into the aluminum heat block, the aluminum mount of the printer. So when he grabbed it, he burned his hand on it.
That was funny.
Not at the
Bad
time.
heat creep.
Now it is afterwards.
see, I missed all the good stuff.
Don't
Yeah.
worry. There's
Yeah,
still
but
plenty
fun.
of good
Hey,
stuff. to
at
go.
least you were here for me hitting myself in the face.
But see, people learn their lessons over time. So
I just don't see how me hitting myself in the face is that funny.
at that point of that much heat creep, I'd be buying a thermal camera.
Also true.
Whoa. Okay, there we go. Not used to reclining in the chair anymore, and I feel like I'm just going to
You
fall
don't have as
backwards.
much counterweight.
I don't have as
Yeah.
much counterweight,
It's true.
but also if I fall backwards, like I'm freaking out. I just want
Don't
to get
hit the stump.
No, it's doing okay right now. I don't want to mess it up. But this way I can get a little closer to seeing what's going on with Spider-Man.
Is it anywhere near its prior fail points?
No, well, it's a whole new slice.
Yeah.
Although the first layer of the support interface
Mhm.
came off,
Nice.
but because the supports are touching the base, it's still fine. It's still holding strong. And the support's a lot bigger than it was before. So it's actually still going good. It's only like 200 grams, 300 grams. I'm just going to let it. I'm just going to YOLO it and see what happens. Oh, so I can't click confirm order, right? That's not allowed.
You gotta
That's
say
Do
an
it,
ask
do
your
it,
wife
do
thing,
it, do
isn't
it.
Jordan is firmly in the camp of it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
No. It's better to just check with the wife.
Tell her that it will make your leg feel better.
She doesn't buy that shit.
Ah.
So they have on here estimates for their pricing for duty.
We do have to
But-
find a way to strap a 3D printer to your leg.
Do we though?
We do.
I mean, because Mitch has a backpack printer.
I'm saying
It could probably turn that extruder that's on Joel's crazy machine into a leg. It would probably walk pretty fine. If the extruder is like this big, it would probably just
Yep.
bolt on there. Oh. This green gate is so nice. And it's all recycled. Like that's just it's environmentally friendly plastic waste. Did you reprint your kitty parts there, Devin?
I have not done the feet, but I did modify the CAD to be
The
more
correct-
tolerant.
The correct
Um,
units?
Yes, that too.
Turn off freedom units and turn on the rest of the world?
That's what I did. The main body is printing on the raised right now, and I am going to reprint the feet later tonight.
So here's a stupid question,
Bob.
because I'm not gonna look it up. What in the hell is a Unikitty?
Okay. Have you seen the Lego movie?
I'm not sure.
Have you seen things from the Lego movie?
Yes.
So, one of the characters is a Duplo. No, not a Duplo cat. Sorry, that's the. So she's just a girl's Lego cat that is all fluffy and everyone's all happy and everything, but then goes crazy, rage monster.
I have a feeling that
This
this
is
spawned
Unikitty.
many things.
So that's the thing that hurt you.
The thing that hurt me was the white
Corner.
the corner of the ankle, trying to detach the foot.
Here's
I've
a
got
silly
the
question.
main pink body printing right now.
I'm just full of stupid ass questions tonight, aren't I?
Uh-huh.
How big is that one?
That one? Considering
why are you
that's
not
the lamp version, I don't know.
Because I'm gonna say for 20 frickin' bucks, it's not worth the hassle of designing.
Okay, so this is a lamp, and this is roughly
6 inches.
6 inches.
Okay.
And when
Seeing
she
how
gets
big those
mad,
parts were, it's much larger.
yeah, when she gets mad, she turns into Unikatty,
Yeah.
which I probably will also do a spin-off segment with. Why am I doing this? Well, me
That's the
and
next question.
Nope. I'm not gonna ask why. That
I am. Why?
Okay, so
Why?
me and my friend were watching the Lego movie at like 2:00 in the morning, and he fell asleep. Because like we'll normally watch movies together and like text the whole time about the movie because it's fun. And so he fell asleep, and Unikitty comes on, and I love Unikitty. She's cool. And so I see Unikitty, and it's like I could 3D print Unikitty. And so I look on Thingiverse, and I was like, yeah, I don't see anything. Look on My Mini Factory, I don't see anything.
It's Lego bricks. You can model that shit.
Exactly. It's like this would be really easy to model. And then Pixel jumps on my desk. I was like, what if I got printed Unikitty pixel sized? So I spent 20 minutes chasing Pixel around getting measurements of Pixel. Which, by the way, is not easy to get a cat to stand up and stand still to measure how long they are nose to butt.
I would have guessed him.
No, I got the actual measurements from my cat. He was not happy about it, but I got measurements off of Pixel.
So
I am 3D
you
printing.
tried to herd cats?
I did try to herd a cat. I successfully herded a cat. And, well, I'm printing a giant Unikitty because I am easily distracted and have random ideas.
You know, there's a reason why I'm printing giant Marvel characters.
This
Same
is
thing.
why I don't ask the whys, because the whys is I have this machine that makes stuff out of rolls of plastic.
And
I have
see,
a machine that-
eventually the raise is going to have to go back to my dad's school.
I disagree.
My dad's principal might say otherwise.
Well, who asked him?
I don't know, but I don't know.
Who's going
It
to
might-
tell them? Do they have a tracking beacon on it? Do they know it's there?
They do know it's there. It's there with permission. It's here with permission.
What if
But-
a new principal came in the meantime and the old one never told them what was going on?
Ooh, that sounds like a great idea. But it was bought with district money, so technically it belongs to Waco ISD.
Were they smart enough to put an asset tag on it?
No.
So what you're saying is because you're a
It's
tax-paying
just,
member of society, it's actually your printer.
it's just like the employee refrigerator in the break room. If they didn't put their name on it, it's not theirs.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I told my dad to bring it home because it was just a crime for it to sit idle for however long the pandemic's been going on.
Oh, it would have died.
Yeah, exactly. And
Possession is
And-
9/10.
yeah, so my dad's like, well, if you're not using district paid for filament, I don't care. And y'all have all seen how much fucking filament I have.
No, really haven't. I know
It's
you've got
a
big
lot.
bins of samples, but the actual spool amounts, I know Tanny dropped like 50 of them at your door the one day when you guys were getting married, but
Yeah, so no, I have like 100 something rolls of filaments. And, well, go big, stay home.
yeah. Big stay home. It's a good idea.
Yeah,
Hundreds of rolls of filament, thousands of dollars of plastic in a cupboard.
actually most of it I did not pay for. I get a lot of
I didn't
people.
say you spent. I said worth.
Yes, I do have hundreds worth of filament.
Now,
And-
okay, are we talking like 100 spools or a few hundred spools or
Well, let me consult my filament inventory
Oh no.
because I actually have it auto count itself.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, I
that's-
don't have an auto count. I have a spreadsheet that I
Yeah.
need to update that's rather out of date.
Auto sum is easy.
Auto sum is easy. So according to my spreadsheet, which is not 100% accurate, I have roughly 120 rolls of filament plus, big bunches of samples. So I'm not hurting for filament as I just ordered $50 worth of filament this morning.
So you got one roll.
3 rolls of Jesse.
Damn you in your face.
Yeah, spreadsheets is all day, every day. This is life.
Spreadsheets.
Oh, I have a spreadsheet that I can sort by color, by brand, by type.
See, all the types are on different pages.
Oh, see, I just have them all in there because then I can have a total right on one page. I don't have to have it sum in another column or anything like that. It's just up there.
And the
So
phrase
just make
"go
the
big,
top row your
stay
sums.
home"
I know. I don't
is
want
actually stolen from Mr. Buttram because he's the one who gave me the idea.
that Butreon.
And I will eventually, at the end of the pandemic, make a video about called "Go Big, Stay Home." All the giant things I 3D printed during quarantine.
You better get started on it now and make it in episodes, because I don't think this shit's ending soon.
Probably
So,
not.
Devin, I made this.
hmm Oh, nice, Mr. Buttram. When you're the one who said "Go big," yeah, "Go big, stay home" in regards to giant 3D printing during quarantine.
He's that Butreon. He's an innovator. He's an influencer. He's a Butreon.
And I've got filament. It would be a crime not to use it.
True.
It goes bad eventually, they say.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that.
I don't want to know what that is because I have more filament than you, Devin.
Yeah.
I was cleaning stuff up with this whole cleaning stuff up for the thing, and obviously pulled some filament down off the shelf, which I had in my system. And then my wife had brought in an RC airplane that my neighbor had given me because he wasn't using it anymore, and he thought maybe I can use the parts for something. It had crashed, and we lost it for like a week outside, so it probably doesn't work right. And I lifted the box up, and underneath that box was 10 rolls of filament. And I said, "Oh, so that's where that order of filament went."
Doug, I just sent you a link to my filament inventory. If there's a sample in there, or 4 or 5, if you're paying shipping that you want, let me know, and I'll help you out.
Oh, I found
That's a
some
really good
Cougars,
idea.
by the way, Devin.
Hmm.
My kids they finally restole the 2-foot long one.
Yeah.
That one they stole. It's upstairs somewhere. I don't know where the other one. Oh, it's in the box behind Bucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're having a conversation, so we're just going to let them be.
Yeah.
Except, it's okay, Thanos. It's okay.
Baby Thanos.
It is like a baby.
Yeah, I really need to build some sort of shelf of some type for all these things I've been printing.
IKEA floating shelves. They're fantastic. They go up easy. Because it's got this filament, as long as it's not solid infill.
Which who prints like that?
I don't know. The Prusa Slicer default is 20%. I was like, that's too much.
Yeah, 5 at max most of the time.
The Prusa Slicer default is not 20%.
I think it's 15.
Bob's gonna argue me.
Doug, are you on Twitter and or Telegram?
For which filament?
Sir?
Because I use the Prusament default, and it is 15%.
It doesn't matter what filament it is.
Excessive for most models.
Oh, sorry. The 0.2 millimeter speed setting is 20%.
Oh, I always go 0.15 quality.
Yeah, I do 10 as my baseline, and I go down to generally to 5% for busts, and then hollow or other things as needed.
But what's your
I use-
favorite infill?
Gyroid.
Yeah, I agree. I use variable on Idea Maker. It does
Idea
work well. I love
I
Idea
don't
Maker.
want to set up a new slicer, so I don't.
Doug, if you find something that you want, just DM me on Twitter.
You wonder why folks are always sliding into your DMs.
This is my Twitter.
I
For
mean,
those who
if
don't
you're
know.
gonna DM me filament
My
sample
Twitter.
stuffs, sure.
That is a really
And Instagram.
really good idea for getting rid of filament samples, because I'm anticipating having way too many of them with these alien boxes. I love the alien boxes. I don't use samples very often. I like seeing what's out there, but every once in a while saying, here's a big box of samples that are all neatly marked and everything. Dude, That's going to make that guy really happy. Let's send it to him.
Or
Yeah.
conversely, what happens if, let's say he puts pink in there or like blue, and you're like, I don't really have anything I want to print in blue, like whatever the, you know. But
Josh,
maybe
you
you
shut
want
your mouth. I'm taking the full box.
no, because maybe you really like the three of the ones that are in there, and the fourth one you're like, oh, okay, another PETG. I don't really
Yeah.
print a lot with PETGs. I'll put it in the box over here. It comes in, and then it's like a silk, and you're like, oh, I actually have a full roll of that. Why do I need a sample? Like, I actually have a sample of Wizards Voodoo that I got from a company, but I don't use it because I have a full spool of this. Well, not a full spool, but I have some on a spool.
I love
That
that
would-
filament.
That would require having a maker coin, Bettram. Don't do that.
See, now
And
I
I'm gonna make Bob one soon.
I actually use the filaments from Alien Box more often than I do any other samples. Mostly because they're not as technical. It's like, oh, I want to print this bust and it's just this amount of filament, and I can throw it on there really easy and leave it alone versus if more technical out there filament. Oh, I don't know how to print with it, or I'm going to have to really take time to dial it in and save it for something special.
The other thing is, I do like having some of the samples because occasionally something will come up like, I wonder how well PLA or PETG will do in the hot tub. Print something with it, throw it in there, and find out.
Or like Fernando's pens. You could make a ton of different colored pens with different kind of samples and not need to have full spools.
What was that?
Exactly. See?
Did you see the case?
Not in action, but I have seen it. Yes.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So Fernando's a damn genius. You
He
put
really is.
you put the pen in there, and then you can close the lid when you want to open it. It opens it up, and it just goes boing. There you are. Hello.
The pin parts are arriving tomorrow, actually. So yeah, it just
Oh, that's awesome.
so once the pin parts are holding the pin together, it'll be a nice little display for it. So 7 parts, and 3 of them are tiny little pins.
Yeah, and again, damn genius that Fernando.
And that's a damn nice color.
What filament is that?
That is ice purple.
Oh, Jesse.
Yes. Yep. See the infill?
I like
now-
how the infill works with the textured pattern on it to give it like a shadow texture.
Bob, you're making me second guess myself. Because that's a
Devin,
really
you-
nice purple, and I just decided on a different purple for my R2.
Devin, you can always buy me some Jesse PLA.
When you send me a paletted Cougar, I will buy you Jesse PLA.
Done. Let's go. Where's a printer?
And I
Where's
get
it?
it.
Where's the
Where's-
printer?
Where's a printer? I need a printer. Who's got a printer?
I do believe you've promised it twice now that you would print me a giant multicolor Cougar.
Giant? Whoa! Where did giant come from?
Drunk
Reasonable
crying in the green
size.
room.
Reasonable size.
Reasonable as in the eyes of the beer holder.
Look, I sent Devin like, what is it, like 30 little ones.
Yeah, and I
And-
have none of them now.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't even remember what size those were because your regular Cougar is really.
Yeah, the regular Cougar only takes like 40 minutes.
Chris
Right.
Travis,
They're like,
you need to be following and supporting DSK01 on the Patreons.
Or follow them on Twitter first, and then you can get a link from it that way. But it is DSK001.
Let me find out what his.
wait, Bob, are you wearing a Viking shirt?
Really?
Like, is it like Vikings merch?
Were you not in that stream?
I must not have been.
Okay, Devin,
Game nights.
where is
Yeah.
your Cougar stored?
It is on Thingiverse and on My Mini Factory.
Listen, I have it downloaded, Devin. Come on now.
So one of the Jackbox games
Mm-hmm.
was
Robot Cougar.
design a thing,
Oh,
but text.
I didn't realize that people were actually serious about buying that.
Only 2 people did.
Okay, I thought y'all said you were gonna buy that as a joke.
No, that actually happened.
Well, looks like it was well worth the $20.
It was really funny twice because Warkaki and I communicated and told each other when they came in and showed up on stream at the same time with them. Then a couple of weeks later, he wore it one night and then happened to be streaming the next day as well. So I wore it the next day. I got to make the joke that I went down into the basement and took it.
Nice.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen you or Wakaki wear that shirt.
You're not paying attention.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do right now,
I've
Devin?
noticed it.
I'm going to print
today.
a bunch of these in a light baby blue. Just now.
So Chris Travis, yeah, that's the Patreon for him. He's got a lot of cool things that he's designed. He made a OpenF1 RC body of the old Tim Burton Batmobile.
He did the Batman the animated series one too.
Yeah,
That's the cool one.
I like them both.
I like Nando. Nando's good people.
He is. I intend to print both of them after I find the proper drying solution for this crappy bougie filament.
So in the 1440 Maker stream, I won a box of Jesse PLA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had it sent to Nando.
Nice. I did
Because-
too. And that's what hooked me on it.
Oh, you got one yourself, not send it to Nando. I
Correct.
was going to say. But
I just got an email from Elegoo. At least that's what my watch tells me.
all right, Devin, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16 of them on the bed for the little printer.
Yeah.
So Damage was live on unboxing last night on Dan's stream. Typey email to Elegoo, who says, "Can you send us a video and just unloosen and tighten these screws?" No, it came loose in shipping. It's not a problem with screws.
Yeah, the screws have nothing to do with the.
Here's a picture. Once again, it came loose from its packaging and got damaged. So their reply:
It's a ding on the underside of the thing.
"We can resend you a new build plate to solve this problem. Please provide your shipping info."
Nice.
So did Dan take the first part of the video down? I was trying to pull a video to show my assistant coach me whacking myself in the face and couldn't find it.
The first part of the video was me unboxing this machine.
Yeah, I couldn't find that. It starts at I was already gone when it starts on the video on YouTube
When did you look?
last night.
YouTube's
Gotta
taking
wait.
some time to do things. I looked this morning to respond to Elegoo, and it was there.
Ah, okay.
Did you actually send them the video link?
I took a screenshot from it because I didn't take pictures of it like an idiot.
You know what? I've done that so many times where I've done something and then I didn't take pictures, and I was like,
But
really
that
should
was
have
one
taken
of the
pictures.
that was one of the reasons I wanted to do it on stream, because if something happens, I got fucking proof.
I pushed a button.
You did, and things got louder.
That's Devin.
I do.
Timing.
My keyboard is on my bed because I need to take the keys off to clean it because I got blood on it.
Did you bled on your keyboard?
I got blood on my keyboard. I got blood on my phone. I got blood on my laptop. I got blood all over the shirt. The damn face could not contain itself.
That's a little excessive. Were you in like a cage fight that we didn't know about?
There have been many times where my face could not completely encompass my anger, my rage, my frustration with people, but never has it completely leaked out like that.
I've never leaked my body fluids out just randomly. Oh my
Well, I was also like half laughing, half crying.
you died a little.
And I mean, it blew my mind that I injured myself with a 3D print. And I think laughing made blood go more places.
Well, there's nothing worse than getting support material under your nail.
That does hurt.
Oh yeah, it does. That's sensitive.
Oh, so nice. Yeah. Alex has completed 4 steps on his 2 printer builds.
Yeah, see? That is pretty slick, isn't it? And he's the one that came up with the Millennium Enterprise.
Oh yeah.
That's what made me find it.
Da-da.
I actually had to seek him out when I saw that.
Nice.
This is the Millennium Enterprise.
Oh, that is awesome.
It is. Some people find it awesome.
Sacrilegious.
Some people find it wholly offensive.
I find it both. And it makes me like it more.
What I also enjoy is that if you can do it properly, it literally prints like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's touching the build plate. That teeny tiny little surface that I jacked up is printing the build plate.
It does require some supports.
Kind of. Yeah, the supports on there in the outside corner, I think. Or no, actually, pretty sure it printed without supports.
I
think you can choose to add supports.
made that choice, and then I ran out of fucking filament. I had a nice silver silk that I was going to do it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no more. I printed too many hot ends.
How many do you have?
I've got
Oh, you printed hot ends.
that one.
Nice.
And that one.
Oh, nice. See, I was gonna do the same thing, but for the Ultimaker hot end to teach with. And then, well, the makerspace is shutting down, so now there's no point.
Bob, you got to use magnets, man. You need to just magnet that to the wall.
Velcro.
Acceptable, but not.
See,
enjoyable.
this one, I printed a mount, so it actually just clips on and hangs on the wall.
Cool.
Does anyone know what kind of hot end the FlashForge uses?
Yep.
What is it?
Which FlashForge do you want to know?
Creator Pro.
It uses its own proprietary one. Another option you can do is just look at the parts list for it online or something. But so like the Adventurer 3 uses this one that clips in and they're their own proprietary hot ends. That's one of the downsides to FlashForge.
Yeah, no, I want to do that for my student. I want to do like a dissected hot end for my students.
So that they go, oh, I think I can fix that.
No, just to teach them like how it works. But
See, she can walk on the floor just fine. She just chooses not to.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, I need a cookie.
Yeah. I got to reprint this.
Yeah, nice.
Rep Ranger.
Rep Ranger that I helped Ricky, or I designed it first and then Ricky made it better, but first one with a brush bar. I'm like, dude, you need a brush bar for that thing. He's like, yeah, okay. And then we made gas cans for the back.
What you needed to reprint?
Yeah, there's a few print issues and my son got a hold of it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to glue this one together and give it to him. and reprint one for myself.
Yeah. think I
Oh,
might
what
be
I did is
one
I
for my
did-
nephew.
I did a layer swap on the light housing, so I printed the roof and then did the layer swap. But I also want to do. I don't know if I have it. Oh, did I buy it or get it? I don't remember, but I want to do the
Yeah, you big dummy. You can walk in here just fine.
the Canada one that he does.
Yeah. Later, Chris. Sleep well.
Good night, Chris.
Later, Chris. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. We'll see you around. What is this? The 3D print Viking? Why do I have a Viking? Oh, I
Why
have
do
a
you not-
Viking.
Why do
The
you not
old-
have a Viking?
See, I have
The
a
one with the
folder.
axe?
I have a folder in my 3D printing folder. So I've got all my different like household props, busts, Wexter folder, Eastman folder, photos folder, yada yada. And then I've got a community folder, and in there goes all the people. So like if Devin makes something, I put it in the community folder. And in there is a Viking folder.
What's in it?
I don't know.
Working with
Llama's
the axe?
Viking.
I think
Could be.
so.
I need to publish my GoPro tripod arms.
It's the one with the base and the one without.
Oh yeah. I would print the one with the base.
Yeah, and then use. Remember when we gave Llama a hard time because it has
No, it's not his.
a lot of support material required.
Yeah.
So,
It's not the one
Jordan-
that Llama designed.
Oh, that's not Llama's?
No. He made a mini Viking.
He made like an egg-shaped one.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that weird egg-shaped one.
You know how your printer doesn't have a tool drawer?
Sure.
Tool drawer.
You're a tool drawer. I have
Clips on-
tools. I have tools
Clips
everywhere.
onto the side, and you got a tool drawer.
No.
Keep your
I don't
clippers in there.
Like clippers in front of the printer, on top of the printer, in front of the printer, under the printer, between the two printers.
And all your fancy V6 nozzles.
I got like a big, huge storage tote thing, like Devin bought, Craftsman tote thingy, where they're separated by nozzle size, and then obviously, and then just randomly on my desk, I just have nozzles.
Well, I mean, I've got my vanadium nozzle in my wallet.
My vanadium nozzle is in the Slice Mosquito. I've got a nozzle X, which I was going to put on the Hemera, but because it was working so good, I never bothered. But now that it's disassembled, it's going in.
So what you're saying is I'm over-organized.
Yes.
You don't have enough nozzles.
I've only ever changed one
Then why do you have so many?
because I bought an extra pack.
Fair enough. By the way, what filament is that?
That is that
Mm-hmm.
is Prusament.
Sexy.
Yeah. I like that color. I bought two.
I have a copper-coated nozzle.
Hey, look, it's Filament Frenzy.
Frenzy!
How did
It
I
is Wednesday. I'm sorry, Tom.
How did I rate to see Tom in chat?
Wait, it's Wednesday?
In the
Here,
UK
here it is. And here.
Oh, it's like,
and in Norway.
did I not
There's
go to
a-
work today?
It's
There's a
almost
whole
5
nother part
a.m.
of the
here.
A
world.
whole concussion this whole time?
There's this whole other part of the world that happens before you wake up.
Right. I forgot that
Yeah.
Frenzy is not US based.
How can you forget that Frenzy's not US based?
For the same reason I forget that Viking is not US based.
The accent
I-
that reveal that I'm not from the US.
It does, but like I don't know, just like it doesn't really like click in my head that like we're here and you're like way over there.
Yeah.
Devin, until you showed up, I was the only American in the stream. Come on.
Okay, now it's half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I
No.
live downstairs of Bob's house, so
And
Or does downstairs just tunnel into the basement? Or tunnel into
Canadian,
Canada?
not the same as Norwegian. Canadian, Norwegian.
Wait, if Ron lives in the base, or if Monkey lives in the basement, and the basement is Canada, is that way halfway down your hall is my room, and that's Texas, but then keep going down the hall, and it's also Canada because Ron's there?
You did not
Ron
learn
doesn't
yet.
live here.
I have. There is
He lives in one half.
There's no space-time continuum in this house. It's Rockford, Illinois on one half of the basement. It's Canada Land where Jordan is on the other half of the basement.
And Renee being Canadian, it all works together.
Yeah, okay.
We figured out that instant teleportation thing. We're just not sharing it.
And,
And
yet
it only works
somehow,
in your house.
and yet somehow I still can't get Jesse PLA, even though it's just
That's the worst part.
Even with Josh doing, or Chris doing the product photography?
Right?
you can't pry it out of his cold dead hands.
Same.
Kit, I'm not saving it per se. I just don't want to put it on my Prusa because I like having the 0.4 nozzle, and I keep forgetting that it's in there.
Yeah, Tom, 4 a.m. isn't late. It's almost 5 a.m. here.
No, 4 a.m. is just when Tom starts getting going with printing and doing stuff. That's like his warm-up hour.
Yeah.
It's really terrible because I bet, Tom, are you just starting your day or ending it? Because it's almost time for supper here. Like it's almost done cooking.
Yeah, I'm ending it too myself.
Yeah, I'm going to go to bed. I think at top of the hour, I'm killing her. So
Yeah. I'll try out the melatonin drops I got. See if they work.
So, Bob, what's for dinner?
Burgers.
tacos,
Burgers and
Bob's
fries.
Burgers? Bob's Burgers.
Renee's cooking.
Yeah, Tom sleeps like 2 hours. But the funny part is I've messaged him one time in what should have been his middle of the afternoon, and he comes back there and he goes, "Sorry, man, I passed out."
So he sleeps for 2 hours, works for, let's say, 6 to 8, sleeps another 2, on for another 6 to 8.
Drops a couple Red Bulls, fires off some rockets, carries
Prints
on with
some
life.
crazy, ridiculous shit.
Yeah, you can't do that forever. Then you become like me. So you don't want that.
Well, you can always adopt the Devon schedule.
No.
How's that? Hurt myself, then wake up,
Uh,
go to sleep.
say you're going to bed at a reasonable hour, e.g. like 2, 3 a.m., then accidentally stay up till 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Devin,
Yes.
when you become more than 16 years old, you're not able to do that with your body anymore. It hurts.
What you do is you save it up, and every couple of years you go to a convention of some kind where you stay up till 2 a.m. and then get back up at 6 every day to go join the party.
I
Like
do
the
that all
other night
time.
when I stayed up late to like hang out with Josh, it was just I
Devin
was
does
so
have
sore
Twitter.
there. Devin's gonna type her Twitter in the chat.
Yep.
No, Devon's going to put it in
Oh.
my game.
Oh,
Yeah. Don't make it easy so you can copy and paste it.
Fine.
Oh,
It's okay, Devin.
Oh,
I got this.
oh, okay. Jordan put
Yeah.
a link there.
Service minded.
Like it's 4:30 in the morning.
like a professional.
Yeah.
He needs to be able to click the link and just be done with it. You know what?
Oh.
We're just gonna get rid of that altogether. And I think you're going to lose your wrench for that.
Oh,
I lost my
Oh.
wrench.
Oh, wait. I can put you in timeout.
Can you put me in timeout?
You know, I think next stream I'm going to have to make sure that I make it so that everyone has to authenticate so that you can get kicked out and be banned from YouTube.
oh, that's funny.
Well,
The frenzy
I got my-
followed me.
Got my influencer torch.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom.
I really got to get some lights in this printer. It's so big and dark.
I need to do something about the lighting in this room too.
Same.
I think I'm going to put some LEDs behind these monitors.
Influencer light. That's all you need.
I've got a couple. Oh shit! I've got more of those than I can count. Devin knows. I've got so many of them. I send them away.
But do you have a cool DeWalt one?
I have zero DeWalt tools, and I never will.
I need that battery pack because I've got the USB bank, but I don't have any DeWalt batteries.
Find in your area a DeWalt factory refurbishing store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Because they sell these batteries at that store for like $10 a piece because people will buy a kit or whatever and return the kit, and then they need to refurbish them. Instead of refurbishing the batteries, they just sell them. Or they open kits to give people the bare tool after refurbishing it, and now they have all these batteries kicking around, so they sell them dirt cheap.
or you could go to that store that has the things where they all know me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I should just do that.
Doug, infill whatever you want, buddy. It's so thin that there's really only infill in this spot. So I always just do 3 walls and 10%, and it's fine.
yeah.
But there's a new one. I don't know if you want to print the old one yet, if you haven't seen it, but the new one has fold up spiky, so then you can drop your sample right on and then
That's cool.
And
lock her
that-
down,
That way your samples actually fit.
open it up to whatever you need. Or if you find that so I've got one sample that's it's a big sample. So I would open it up to this first, and then I could just put it on. Mr.
Mike.
Michael Cassell,
Hey, Michael.
wrapping cars
Yeah.
and taking names.
There you go, Jordan. There's my influencer light.
Oh man, I love pen lights. Pen lights are I don't like those kind.
Well,
I
then
like
you hit
the-
the button a second time,
No, I want one button.
and then it's got another button.
So the one of the pen lights I used to have for work, which was amazing, was by the company Coast.
Yep.
It was a metal one and a little push button, but
Got one of
the
those?
end of it had like a nice rubber grip.
Yep.
So when you stick it in your mouth to work on something, you're
Mhm.
not hurting your teeth. I just noticed that Milwaukee has a pen light now, and it is nice.
The one that I gave Devin,
Is really bright and awesome and actually saved my ass yesterday.
and is that big.
Damn.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found
And
a very
is
specific
rechargeable.
screw in shag carpet with that the other day.
That magnet's handy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And so the nice part is this Milwaukee one actually has they've actually labeled it as a rubber bite zone because they know that that's what we do with flashlights. Like when you're working on stuff, when you need a pen light, you just stick it in your mouth. That's just how it goes. But it's 100 lumen. It's a crazy cool light.
Yeah, that's old technology.
But it's double A's. There's another light company I found that has probably the single brightest display panel I've ever seen on anything. And it has all these magnetic bases and everything. I've got a bunch of DeWalt lights, but
Recharge.
Well, hot damn! I'm coming upstairs and getting one of those.
Small one.
Nebo? Nido?
Nebo, Nebo. And the model is called Torchy. Since you're in Canada land, it'll be easier for you to get it yourself. Because you won't be able to walk into that store that has the things that knows me by name.
$37.88 and $27 shipping
Oof.
on Amazon.
Don't do it.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Don't do it. I'll ship one to you.
Aircraft spruce. $43. What the flip?
Really? I sell them for 25.
Look, I get it, Bob. It's just Canada, bro.
I know, but I'm just going to take one off my shelf and put it in a box. And next time I go see the in-laws, the box is going to stop at a postal store.
Yeah, by the time that happens, that box is going to be a skid.
Well, then, it's a good thing that
Last time.
the guy my mother-in-law is married to works at a place that ships by the skid.
This Nebo thing, they got so many cool lights.
They do.
They got one you can beat people with.
It really doesn't work. Too good
not
wax and it breaks.
Probably.
Oh, I guarantee it.
The Big Larry. That's it.
You want the big
big-
Larry?
No, the Big Larry is one of the brightest light panels I've ever seen in a flashlight.
It's a good one.
And isn't there a bigger one than that?
There's a brighter flashlight. Yes, it's in my garage. It's called the Big Daddy.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. But the
Yeah,
Big Larry,
that's
Big
in my
Larry
garage.
has one of the just the craziest light panels.
I would not turn on that one in this room.
And the slide one is pretty cool too, where it slides
The
open.
slides are cool. Yep.
I saw the Big Larry at a gun shop that my buddy and I go to, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And his dad
That's
actually
got to be the
bought
most
one.
disappointing selection ever.
No, we have guns. Lots of guns. My buddy's got lots of guns. I'm not allowed. I'm allowed to buy them, but if it ever comes in the house, I have to leave.
Yeah.
My wife is divorcing me. It was one thing when I bought my compound bow and told her when I showed up, hey, by the way, I bought a compound bow. And she was like,
Honestly,
I
I've thought about getting rid of all the ones that I've got.
See, I want to buy more.
More
I
guns?
live in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I only personally own one. I will inherit more once my dad dies.
So
I gave
you
away a
think-
100-year-old 30-30 saddle rifle.
Yeah, no, they're all my grandfather's guns, and he's the sole heir to that, and I'm the sole heir to my dad.
So, Devin,
Mm-hmm.
pro tip, robots cannot inherit things.
Mike,
Hey,
you
Mike.
showed up with 4 minutes to spare.
Hey, Mike,
Woo!
what are you saying? That I'm ineligible to inherit my father's stuff, or that I need an heir?
There you go.
If you don't want them to go to the landfill when you pass away, or eBay, and with how accident prone you are, you might want to get on top of this quick.
Okay. Okay.
And
How about I just write?
all the puns intended with that comment.
Okay. How about I just do a living will instead of get knocked up?
Oh, I don't care how you remedy the problem. You can also just get rid of all the shit before you go.
Okay, well, my thing is I do have an autoimmune disorder that will kill me eventually.
So does everybody who's breathing right now.
Okay. When things start getting
Good.
bad, I'll just start selling everything.
Oxygen is a corrosive agent. Everybody is slowly dying by breathing, but if you stop breathing, you're going to die quicker. So,
So 3D print more stuff. And Mike, it is better late than never because I put a printer up for sale because I'm hovering my mouse over the confirm my order for my Prusa Mini.
No, what I should
I
do
said
is just
do
print
it.
more giant
'Cause-
things and then keel over and die, and then make my dad deal with what do I do with all these giant 3D printed items?
the very last thing you print needs to be your own coffin.
So you need a
On a
bigger
belt
print.
on a belt printer. Have Carl print you up one.
Yeah.
I don't think the belt
Two
printer
parts?
is wide
No,
enough.
no. 2 parts or 3 parts if you need a spacer in the middle, and then you just gloop it together.
Oh, it would be biodegradable.
This hovering my mouse over this button is entirely because of Filament J Frenzy's influence here. 'Cause
Click.
I can't. I have to talk to my wife first. I have to. Like I
Yeah.
just
It's easy for me to say I don't have any consequences. So.
I can feel it.
Why
I
don't
thought
you
I heard her when I was
text her to
hovering
come
over the mouse button, and I was like, oh, nope,
Sell the
don't do it.
printer.
It
It
is.
wins
It's
you
for sale.
brownie points. It wins
It's
you
for sale.
brownie points.
Well, and so I could ostensibly say, honey, I've posted a printer for sale because I just ordered one that will be here in 8 weeks. But it was less money than the one that came 2 weeks ago.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
What kind of hobby does your wife have?
2 kids.
2 kids and Netflix.
And take care of
Okay,
the
so
order.
you could buy her a better Netflix TV.
Fairpoint Viking. 3 kids.
Yeah.
You could buy her a better
And
TV to watch
the oldest
Netflix on.
is a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
So
He
hey,
always
I
wants
bought
to
another
cuddle.
3D
Oh,
printer.
there you go.
But-
Michael Castell says just get cremated and print your own urn.
Yeah.
Use a nice silk PLA. Maybe,
As long as somebody, if I'll give my best friend my access to my Twitter account, somebody posts he posts a picture of it, and someone tags it as Hot Makes.
Yeah.
This is my last action before dying was to push play on my own urn.
That's hilarious.
Now, as long as, but
Hope
you
it's
gotta
not a
really hope
failure.
that the print finishes. Yeah, the print fails. Hot makes hot fail. It's just a pile of dust and a pile of spaghetti.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but would my ashes in a pile of printed spaghetti, would that just not be my entire aesthetic?
Maybe.
Exactly.
On that note, I'm going to end the stream because old people need to go to bed soon. Viking is like 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning already for you. Yeah. I'm going to have to go have a conversation and probably get told no. Bob's going to eat some dinner. Devin's going to hurt herself. But we'll hang out for a few minutes after in the chat and just socialize. But thanks to everybody who showed up. Jerry, welcome back. Goodbye. Good night. And if anybody else is streaming, I think Joel is still streaming on Twitch.
No.
Nope.
Go check out. No?
Nope.
Well, sorry. I tried.
He got drunk and left.
He had too many captains. Well, he's been drinking captains all day. So
Yeah.
it's kind of handy when you work for yourself. Your home is your office and you do 3D printing for a living. Just get drunk. So,
On that note, good night, Internet.
yeah. Good night. Take care. And we'll see y'all later.
Later, guys.